All right, let me talk about this challenging. I mean, it was quite challenging site I had to work on um almost 2 years ago. It's not exactly 2 years, but it will soon be 2 years. This was 2023 when a client called me up and brought me to this site, to help him build a three-bedroom duplex. And when I got to this site initially, it just looks like a normal site. The site, the soil condition. I didn't really take time to look at the soil very well. I remembered we came here on a Saturday morning and it just looked pretty normal. Yes, I could see water in the trenches, but I just felt, it's raining season, it's August, so water is bound to stay where, it's trapped and can't go out. So, I went on, I proceeded, I gave my bill, and the client made payment, and we proceeded to site. And when we got to site, I decided to excavate more. It's a duplex we're building, so this depth isn't sufficient. I decided to dig more. I did not know that, hey, something serious was waiting for me ahead. I did not know that this was a waterlogged area. I did not know that this was almost a fadama. You could literally, or how do they even speak the English, see water gushing out, oozing out of the ground. And that was how we started excavating. And guys, it was water, water, water. Water was not stopping. You can be excavating and be seeing water, but as you're excavating, the water is clearing. But this one, no. As you're excavating, you're seeing water coming out from the ground. It was uncontrollable. And then it was in an area where we couldn't even get, like the pumping machine, water pumping machine to pump out water. So we had to resort to manual labor. I had to get these boys to keep taking water out of the trenches in order for us to continue work. And sometimes when you're not able to assess these things properly, it's more cost on your part as the engineer or the builder. So you can imagine having to get these people to work for all the days we were, at this stage of the work, from morning till evening. You see, at this point, we're almost done taking the water, but just give it 30 minutes. Everywhere will be covered with water again, and that was how it kept going. But I needed the water cleared out so we can blind, and the iron benders can fix their own, mount their own iron for the column bases and also the extension bars. So at this point you can see that the iron benders have prepared their reinforcement already, and we needed to fix them. But you can imagine how the water is back again, and I think this is like almost the same day. It was just crazy. It was crazy. And well, we tried to push through. In fact, our blinding had to be dry mix. We couldn't even mix it with water because it won't stay. So we had to make it dry mix and put it into the column bases. And yeah, over there you can see the iron bender trying as much as he could, as much as he can, to set his own reinforcement bars. Yeah, so this was another day. I think, yeah, this was another day. We tried, yeah, at this point I think we're almost done setting up the reinforcement bars. And okay, no, here we were already even casting the foundation footing. So when we, like, this very muddy area, when we got there, we would have to clear it out before we even pour our concrete down. So it was really, really challenging. Like, guys, I've never had to walk on a waterlogged piece of plot. I've never done that before. So, I was it was quite challenging. At the end of the day, I'm usually just tired when going home because this slowed my work. My work at this stage would have gone faster, but because of the water challenge, it delayed us a bit. We had to keep making way to see how we would drain the water from the foundation. Yeah, here it's the same day. The masons, the people, the laborers casting were all here. We had a concrete mixer mixing the concrete while the boys were transporting the concrete mix manually using wheelbarrows, and they were giving the mason who was inside the trench, and he was trying to set it and level it and do all that. I actually had two masons, at two different points. I normally would want to have two masons to make the work faster, you know. So, yeah, that was what was going on here. And, in a day, we were able to finish casting the foundation footing. But, guys, after this, I did not feel convinced about just leaving this foundation. Yes, at this point, we were done casting. This was like evening. You can see we've casted the foundation footing, but I honestly did not feel convinced about leaving the foundation just like that, because you know what they say, about very loose soil. It only means one thing in the future, that this kind of ground could settle, and then you begin to see cracks on the body of the wall. So at this point in time, I thought to introduce ground beam. And then I spoke to the client, and him being so kind allowed us to go that, and we introduced our ground beams, and then we were now able to start building our block work. Yes, you can see the ground beams, they just followed the same path with the block work, so it's basically like the first course before the block work. So we introduced ground beams, with 12 rods all over the foundation, so to avoid settlement in the future. So at this point, there was a bit of rest. We had built up our foundation walls, and at this point we're casting the short columns in foundation, and we're also filling our block holes with weak concrete. Yeah, so at this point you can see that we have filled all of our block holes with weak concrete. Guys, this is an important part whenever you're doing your foundation. Always fill your block work with weak concrete. You get why? And I will tell you why it's so in another video. Yes, you can see the laborers. You can still see the water even in the foundation. But yes, we at this point got laterite, and we had started backfilling. We're filling the foundation. We're filling, yes, the foundation with we're backfilling with laterite at this point in time. And this work is all about learning. I remembered when we're doing this was the first strip of the laterite, and someone came and met me and was saying, oh, this kind of laterite, this color of laterite is not so good. I should insist on the red one. And so I had to call my supplier to say, I would prefer the red one, because the red one is better and does not hold water. And we're able to do that and do other works. And we finally got to this point. We finally got to this point. There were other things that we did, but I can't show everything in this video. But yeah, at this point, we were doing the oversight concrete, what you all know as German floor. We were casting the German floor, but of course, German floor is layman's language. It's called the oversight concrete. So this is the oversight concrete. So you tell me, have you encountered this type of site before where it was waterlogged? And what did you do differently? Just tell me at the comment section, how were you able to overcome such challenge, and let's learn from each other, yeah? But yeah, like I said, this was a lesson for me, and thank God for all I was able to learn from this site. And I know that whenever I encounter this sort of site again, I know what to do. So guys, thank you for watching this video, and I hope to be bringing more your way. So take care and bye.